Hey guys, welcome back. It's me again. We are back from playing some more Roblox. Well, my first episode actually of Roblox. I played Roblox before on my first channel I ever had. It's called American Adventures. Oh my god, I fell. And you hear stuff in the background. That's my nanny. Go listen to it, please. So that's her pet stuff. So, basically, okay, guys, I'm back. What the? Oh, I fell! I hit those rainbow stairs. What the rainbow? Okay, come on. I hate this. Why am I so bad on video but good off camera? Why? Took a left there one bit. Okay, I'm here. Is anyone else playing this game? Oh, what? Wait, is this cool? Cool. It wasn't cool. I will stop you. Because somehow it's invisible. And I hate this. Go! No! Wait, what the hell? I fell. But this again. Remember. Where am I? I'm right here. Am I on the step or am I not on the step? Go! Let's go left there, bomb. Let's go. There's something crazy. Oh! This is too easy. Oopsies. Okay, let's move pause this and go. So guys, instead we're going to play Meat City. I'm loading right now. Yes, I'm playing on phone. Do not judge. That way you do not see my finger doing anything. I'll be in the game in 1 second, guys. Bye. What the hell? Wait, can I
just say what the hell?
No, it's...
You better stop with these cuss words. I'll take you off the line.
Okay, there we go. So, ooh, this is cool. Did these look cool, guys? Wait, they can't use they're not, because I cannot see
You
them.
heard, vote your values. Now, you can watch your values too. Let's face it, cable TV is anti-American.
Who hates cable TV? That guy. So... Oh, pants. That's nice, isn't it, guys? Okay, these are pretty. And then let's do my face. Ooh, this one or this one? Okay, let's do this, guys. So what the heck? Amen. Why is this guy dancing? I don't know why these people are dancing, but I have $100. But... I'm gonna... Pushing me to this. Meow. I don't want to be in here. I don't want to be... Can I just pull myself into here? I need a minute. Hold on. Mostly me, because I like this. Mostly me, I get tired. Me. Mostly me.
been turned off now. But the
Let's go to
only
your house. How about let's go to your house instead?
previously,
To your house, I got the,
article up a couple of days
so I got the hearing pause, but,
and it's headed Australian
yeah.
Human Rights
Come on.
and it's a pretty clear accusation
Twins.
of society, and
Meh.
some discussion as to who is going to investigate this. Now let me just quickly take you through. This is
She's my kid.
Rosalind Croucher.
She's my kid, you're doing. She's my kid.
Here's what Fiona had to say. Have you ever wondered why there's so much injustice in the world? Ever wonder why the courts favour men? Duly appointed human rights pretty high post here in Australia. Rosalind Croucher ruled that some courts must compensate a man convicted of child pornography who lied on his resume to about his kitty club addiction for refusing to hire the pedophile. And gives you a link to that story there. Ask the question, does this make sense? No, I will tell you why. Who is Rosalind Croucher? I know who she is and why she would support a pedophile. Rosalind Croucher is one of the cold rituals.
Okay guys, I tell you guys, to go to shop is gonna be a while.
And just quickly,
Say every day.
mass ritual.
Okay guys, I guess we're changing plan to go into my house.
George Pell, Cardinal George Pell, who is going to face his child sexual assault, victims. That's
Good,
moving
you
forward.
son
Now,
of a
Cardinal George
fucking
Pell
bastard.
was Pope Francis' right-hand man. He was basically the treasurer of the Vatican, if you will. And he was basically the Vatican minister of the economy. He was in charge of the Vatican Bank. And supposedly, reportedly, according to Benjamin Fulford, its secret bribe accounts held in the name of the most so-called world leaders. So George Pell's removal is opening the way for a massive Vatican campaign in African and Latin American environments where we've seen poverty and destruction. So Pell is from Australia. His removal means that vast stores of gold on the island of Bougainvillea may soon be made available for the people of this earth. So that's according to supposedly Vatican sources. Now, one of the main remaining Khazarian power centers, and if you don't know what we're referring to when we're talking about Khazarian, the Khazarian mafia, please do a little bit of research on this. I don't want to, get all into the Khazarians and that sort of thing. You're going to have to do a little bit of research on that if you're interested in that. Get all into the Khazarians and that sort of thing. You're going to please do a little bit of research on this. I don't want to, get all into
Cut him.
the Khazarians and that sort of thing. You're going to have to do a little bit of research on that if you're interested in that. So the BIS, which is the central bank of central banks, is now being told to return the stolen gold that they've used to finance these so-called G7 and G20 groups of nations, according to members of Asian and Western secret societies. So this will reportedly become visible to the Western public during and after the NATO meeting, which is scheduled for July 11th and 12th. That's coming up here, where the biggest changes in European governance since World War II will be set into motion. The Russian and Chinese governments, as well as the Pentagon, have decided to replace the 28-nation EU, that's the European Union, with the 47-member Council of Europe that includes Russia and other former Soviet republics, according to Russian and Pentagon sources. In such a scenario, NATO, which has no real reason to continue existing, will be dismantled and replaced by a Russian and U.S.-centered Western alliance, sources say. Furthermore, North Korea, China, and others will also join this alliance to create a planetary protection force to replace the outdated Western Hegelian model of competing blocs of nation states, sources say. There were hints of this upcoming tectonic change in geopolitics and media reports about the G7 meeting that took place on June 8th and 9th in Canada. Now, according to one report, and that's Axios, Trump told the gathered Western leaders that NATO was as bad as NAFTA. Then we have NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg saying in a speech in London that it is not written in stone that the transatlantic bond will survive forever. Without the Americans, the Europeans have no realistic military option other than to embrace Russia. One further public confirmation of what our sources are saying came from the Washington Post report that Trump asked French slave President Emmanuel Macron, "Why don't you leave the EU?" We'll put the links to all of these quotes in the description. The reason, of course, is that Macron is a Rothschild slave and the Rothschilds own the EU. Now, German Chancellor Angela Merkel, the leading Khazarian bloodline family member in actual power, is looking increasingly likely to be finally toppled soon, as her weakened governing alliance is imploding over the immigration issue. And I think recently we also saw that Italy's Salvini turned away a migrant-filled boat, saying that that was not going to happen. It's no coincidence that Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin are meeting on July 16th in Finland as that country prepares to take over as chair of the Council of Europe. Now, hopefully, we will see people who are implicated in mass murder, such as European Council President Donald Tusk, put in jail where they belong. Now, allegedly, Tusk was given the top European job in exchange for going along with the murder of most of Poland's top leadership. And that is from a Reuters article. We have seen that Viktor Orban, Hungary's top diplomat, has also turned away migrants. We've seen an increasingly supportive stance on that from the people who are fed up with these migrants overrunning their country and demanding financial aid, who are attempting to change the rule of law in the countries to Sharia and that sort of thing. And we will not tolerate here in America, certainly, that sort of overtaking. Now, finally getting to Mexico, we have a newly elected president, Lopez Obrador, who is promising the biggest changes in that country since its 1910 revolution. Now, Obrador was elected on a wave of popular disgust with the corruption, crime, and treason on the part of the old regime. One example of this was the old regime's move to sell